privileged to interview my great-grandpa Paul Douglas. Grandpa was born on July 11th, 1930, and at 20 years old, he was living at Purdue and going to college. That was the year he started serving in the U.S. Army during the Korean War. While at Purdue, Grandpa joined the ROTC. The ROTC is the Reserve Officers Training Corps, which trains students to become officers in the U.S. Armed Forces. This meant he was not eligible for the draft, but that he joined the Army voluntarily as an officer.
Commissioned officer, you start at the bottom and as a second lieutenant. And then before I finished my service, I was made a first lieutenant.
Deployed for 2 years, which set back everything he was going to do. His family didn't have much to say, but they were happy he was going as lieutenant than a private in the draft, because where he lived was much nicer.
Well, a certain number of young men were drafted and sent into the Army, and so it took those men out of the community and had not to have enough influence on the community.
The Korean War definitely affected the whole world. There were more than 21 countries, including the U.S., involved. Over 5 million people died. It also started alliances between countries that are still in place today. And the way the war ended, which is still debated, ended up being more of a truce than a peace treaty. The Korean War definitely affected the economy. Businesses suffered because most of the men had been drafted and weren't home to work.
Wars are expensive, so they have to be paid for with increase in taxes. They have to be paid for with human lives.
With the loss of 130,000 American lives, the economy still suffered after the war ended. When I asked my grandpa if the Korean War changed his perspective on history, he said that the problem was that the war hasn't been settled yet. There is still a demilitarized zone, or a DMZ, dividing North from South Korea. We are still in an arms race today. To him, it seems like we have the same problems we've always had. He wonders if we learned because the war isn't over and we still get into some wars. I was curious about my grandpa's day-to-day when he was in the Army. While he was in New York, he processed paperwork for the men returning from the war.
After I left New York, I went to Korea, and there we trained Korean truck drivers.
Grandpa's day-to-day activities also changed as he increased in rank. Grandpa sends Christmas cards and notes or emails every year.
I still have 4 or 5 that I served with in the military. Well, when I was in Korea, we had a robbery one night, and I had quite a few things taken, but I slept through it.
He was told it was probably a good thing he slept through it, or he may have been hit over the head. Thank you for your service, Grandpa Paul.